let's jump into this Mike McCarthy's interview from 105.3 The Fan. Shout out to John Machota for putting the information out there on Twitter. My name is Law Nation for those who watching for the first time. And be sure to hit that subscribe button and share this content, and also hit that like as well. All right, so let's get into the John Machota's tweet right here. And I'm just going to paraphrase, don't have it right in front of me. But basically, he was saying that Mike McCarthy, in an interview with 105.3 The Fan, was asked the question, how does it feel with working with Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, and beyond, basically? And do you see the perceptions of working with them as it relates to being the head coach? Do you see it being a circus? And Mike McCarthy replied, no, I don't agree with that opinion at all. I really enjoy Jerry and Steven. Their outlook on the NFL, what has been built here with the Dallas Cowboys, is unique, strong, powerful. It is a tremendous responsibility that I take very seriously. But no, things are very clear on how we want to approach things. The communication is good, not great. It's good. They are very respectful to the vision of football program that I've implemented here. I really like the structure and the communication and just the way we operate. They are all about winning. And then he put the but in there. They have a family first approach and mindset. And that is something I truly believe in. My thing is, ladies and gentlemen, when you have the family first mindset and the family first approach to things, it's to me personally, a nice guy finished last approach. And there's nothing wrong with being a nice guy. There's nothing wrong with being a gentleman, right? But when you're talking about a business that's cutthroat like the NFL, this is the type of business that you have to look at and you will have to say to yourself, nah, we can't roll with this. Because with the family first approach, you can have somebody with more knowledge, experiences, with more understanding of the game, more credibility and beyond. And they supposed to be hired. But the family first mentality, you're going to look at that person and say, nah, I see you, I feel you, I understand that you got all of the ability, but you're not family. And that mentality causes the Cowboys to lose in certain ways. It may help them out as it relates to money, revenue, remunerations. It may help them out as it relates to being comfortable under your own multi-billion-dollar business. But when you say they are all about winning, but they have a family-first approach and mindset, and that is something that I truly believe in. That's the way I've always coached and installed a football program as the head coach, and they have that established here already. I really enjoy that part of it. The only disappointment I have is that we were 6-10. Now, the other part to this is that Mike McCarthy was asked the question about what is the decisions on Mike Nolan return as the defensive coordinator. That's what we are working on. That's what this process is all about, basically. You got to take the emotions out of the disappointment of being 6-10, and it's important to put everything on the table. So to circumvent all what I'm saying is that when you have the family first mentality, Mike Nolan to Mike McCarthy may be looking at this thing saying, dog, I'm your family. I put you on. Remember when you needed something? I got you that job. So you mean to tell me in a pandemic year, yes, the team finished 6-10, but these were none of my guys. We family. Come on, cuz. Come on, Pookie. Come on, Ray Ray. How you gonna throw me away? That will be Mike Nolan's battle cry. None of these guys were mine. The only person that stuck and the only person that stayed to this thing or to my philosophy was Alden Smith. Man, the Cowboys got a long way to go. Now, trust me, the Joneses, they do what they want to do, and we have no control over it as fans. All we can do is sit back and complain. And everybody know that nobody loves a complainer, right? But it's been 25 years now, going to be 26 years before we been in any major game as it relates to the playoffs, right? Or making a deep run into the Super Bowl. Well, we will see. I've already had this discussion with my inner self. I already had this discussion with everybody. And I said, well, dog it, I'm going to give Mike McCarthy the mulligan. But when we look at everything, how can you exclude Mike Nolan? Because this is a family first type of business. That's the craziest thing of it all. And if they take their time forever and a day to fire Mike Nolan and they go get another head defensive coordinator to be brought into this system, they better do it before the draft. They better do it before this free agency period ends. Because those two areas, as the new defensive coordinator, you want to stand on the table since they putting everything on it and say, hey, this is the guy we need to get in free agency. This should be the target guy that we should look into the draft. Don't wait too late, Cowboy Nation. Don't wait too late, Jerry Jones. Remember last year around this time, people was asking, hey, how in the world are you letting Jason Garrett stay this long when you're supposed to fire him? Remember that part of the conversation? Everybody was looking at it like, hey, Law, Jason Garrett might get another shot at this because the Joneses have failed to realize that it's best to move him out and start prospecting or start looking for another head coach. And they let that brother stay in so long. I believe he stayed in so long Mike McCarthy was hired and Jason Garrett was still in the building. Even Marvin Lewis was being interviewed while Jason Garrett was still in the building. I believe. I could be off on it, but you guys get what I'm saying. With the family first mentality, it's nothing wrong with it. But for this particular setup, system, scheme, as it relates to the NFL, nice guys finish last. And I know that there are other businesses out there like the Rooneys, and I think it's somebody else that's really family oriented or really family involved, but we don't hear that much of them or their organization because they are not as marketable as the Joneses. I just think that philosophy is not going to work and shake out to its best. Now, granted, like I said, this year been crazy. This year been a foolish year as relates to that crazy pandemic and not allowing a lot of things to transpire. But we're going to have to look at everything and see how this thing is really going to roll and unfold. I want to know everybody's thoughts down below. How do you guys feel about Mike McCarthy? How do you feel about Mike Nolan, of course, and how you feel about the family first approach? And if you have a business, this is what I really want to know. People out there that got their own business, that operate their own business, when you had the family first approach, which is good, let me know if that ever affect your bottom line. Saying, okay, guys, hey, we really would like to have practice today. Nevertheless, we got to go to the soccer game. It's all about family. I got to fly out of town for 3 days because I got to go see my son youth baseball team. You know, those type of things. Because last I checked, Walmart never closes, right? The airports never close, right? And if they do close, it'd be for a small amount of time. And I recall even the Dallas Cowboys, when there were chances and opportunities and scenarios where it's the opening day of free agency, they on vacation on the beach of Cabo and Belize, whatever they went to, Bahamas one year. And we were saying as Cowboys fans, hey, hold on. This is the first week of free agency. I digress. I just hope that this thing with Mike McCarthy, if he say that he's implementing his system, his philosophy, I just hope that it can outweigh the situation as it being a family first business. I hope that it can outweigh the Joneses and their decisions of falling in love with certain players or falling in love with certain directors or whatever it may be, executives and things like that within the organization, and not holding everybody accountable. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to them. I love it because I've said before, if you can get in, and once you're in, you in, right? If you can get into that family business, woo, Hard to get kicked out of it. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go, Cowboys.